the pictures. Take the pictures. Take the pictures.
Ah, man, this is so sad. I just made a video about this guy a few days ago addressing his propensity for violence. Be a heavy drinker or be violent. He must be gentle, not quarrelsome. So, off the rip, this man, Bishop Lamor Whitehead, is disqualified from being a pastor because he is quarreling with D.L. Hughley about a bunch of nothing, and he's challenging this man to a fight in a boxing match when a pastor must be above such foolish escapades. Bishop Lamor Whitehead is a pastor based in Brooklyn. He's gone viral several times now, and this moment right here probably is the most unflattering, the worst, right? This is the worst possible way you can display yourself as a pastor, attacking a woman.
Let's give Jesus a round of applause. Now let's give Jesus a round of applause. While they take pictures and they want to be on social media, take the pictures. Take the pictures. Take the pictures. Take the pictures. The pictures.
Man, this is not a good look at all. Listen, this is not self-defense. This is assault. I don't care what the backstory is, bloggers, people coming into your church, distracting the church. That is why you have deacons. That is why you have elders. That is why you have ushers, people to escort distracting people out of your church. You don't physically attack, assault people because you don't like what they're saying to you or what they're doing. A pastor is supposed to demonstrate self-control. A pastor is supposed to be non-violent. You have to have people in position to help mitigate these situations before they escalate into something like this. This man, Bishop Lamor Whitehead, has disqualified himself over and over again. But this right here is just absolute, unequivocal proof that Bishop Lamor Whitehead has disqualified himself from the pastorate. Man, this is absolutely crazy. Cannot believe that this is actually taking place in 2022. Like, this is unacceptable.
Mark on her neck.
Yeah, and you know what's so crazy?
She got a scratch.
When I went to
but
her,
the EMS looked at it and checked it out. She didn't
I got
have
a
stitches.
scratch
It looked
right
like you needed
there.
stitches.
That is not a good look. This woman has scratches and marks on her body. So I want to know, what is his justification for this? Well, let's watch this clip.
And I'm gonna say it like this: I have lawsuits out, and you know, when retaliation is retaliation, that's just what it is. So these gentlemen, and we have proof, these gentlemen sent these two women in my church to disrupt my church, and they came in videoing. That's probably what you guys are seeing going viral. They came in videoing, and it was a whole setup. And, you know, I allowed the lady to talk, speak her piece, and curse me out and do whatever she wanted to do. But then when she said, and started to throw threats at my wife and started to charge at my wife, that's what you guys saw. My wife have my baby in her hand, and we're not going to have another rendition of my daughter being in harm's way or my wife being in harm's way. We're not going to do that. So that's when I took action, and I grabbed the young lady and escorted her out. And I got the video, y'all. I got the video that y'all don't see. I am a gentleman. I am pro-woman. I'm not an abusive man. Never been, never will.
Yeah, you failed right there. I mean, listen, if you're protecting your wife, that's one thing. There's other ways of handling conflict without being physically abusive. You're not an abusive man. You're pro-woman. Bro, that video says the opposite. If this woman was actually coming towards your wife to assault her, man, listen, this just tells me that you need to shut this church down, because you got people robbing you. You have people coming into your church trying to assault your wife. You are not a good manager of God's house. You are not managing God's household well, because God's household, there should be order in the church. You should be a man of good reputation in the community. Why are people coming into your church, disrupting the church, allegedly trying to assault your wife and child, and you are on video assaulting them on live, showing no self-control, showing aggression and anger that a pastor should not possess? According to 1 Timothy chapter 3, the qualifications, you are not demonstrating that you have the propensity of being a bishop. You are a man with no self-control, and your church is in shambles. Your church is in ruins because you, as the leader, you are not setting a good example. You're wearing expensive suits, gaudy jewelry, you're being flashy and flamboyant, which is the opposite of what a pastor should do and be. Peter talks about adorning the outward appearance in relation to women, but we can apply that to us as men, adorning ourselves outwardly, which is gaudy, which is superficial. Man, this is a reflection of you. This church, this stuff happening in your church is a reflection of you, and more proof that this church needs to shut down. As far as people coming into your church and distracting you and trying to persecute you, man, we got to go back to the Bible. Let's look what Matthew said in chapter 5. Matthew chapter 5, beginning at verse 9 says, God blesses those who work for peace, for they will be called the children of God. God blesses those who are persecuted for doing right, for the kingdom of heaven is theirs. God blesses you when people mock you and persecute you and lie about you and say all sorts of evil things against you because you are my followers. Be happy about it. Be very glad, for a great reward awaits you in heaven. And remember, the ancient prophets were persecuted in the same way. So what can we learn from this unfortunate situation? Well, if people are persecuting you, are lying on you, afflicting you for doing the right thing, God says, blessed are those who endure those things for my name's sake. Speaking of Jesus, he says, great is your reward in heaven. Bishop Lamar, if you see this video, man, step down from being a pastor. You have disqualified yourself. If you want to salvage your reputation, step down and do the right thing and no longer be a pastor, and work on your own sanctification. Work on your heart, because you are not conducting yourself in a way that is fitting of a pastor. And even if people are lying on you, even if people are persecuting you, you never put your hands on them unless you are being physically attacked and you're actually truly defending yourself. But that was not the case in this video. Listen, man, this is a poor look, but I pray that you get some much needed help. If you enjoyed this video and you want more content like this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video. I'll be back next week with another one. This is Pastor Frederick. This is By the Book. Peace.